What's up, guys? Today I want to share with you guys my goals for 2018, what I'm confident in reaching, what is a little bit of a stretch, and as we know, the ones that are the stretch is the ones we really want to go for and achieve and would love to have under our belt at the end of the year. So yeah, before I get into it, I just want to share with you guys one of the biggest tips, one of the little things I did that allowed me to across the board achieve my goals a little faster, easier, and make it more enjoyable as I'm getting through it. And that is to be attached to the actions as opposed to the goal itself. So for example, right, I'll use gym. If you want to get to, let's say, 150 weight, right? You want to gain some weight, right? Most people want to lose weight, but skinny guys like me, a lot of times want to gain some weight. You want to gain some muscle, right? Let's say you're like 110, you're skinny as fuck. You want to get to 150 pounds, right? Now that's the goal. I want to get to 150 pounds, but what I would do is break that down and get yourself attached or start scorekeeping with the actions as opposed to the goal itself, right? And this would look like this. The main things for me, or anybody who's trying to gain weight, I would say, is like eat five times a day, 5 meals a day, go to the gym 3-4 times a week, right? This allows you to score keep something much more linear, and you get to feel good about it along the way, right? So, and this is simple. At the end of the day, I just check, did I eat 5 meals today? It's a simple yes or no. And at the end of the week, I can check, did I show up at the gym 4 times this week? Yes or no. And as long as you're hitting that, you feel like you're winning, right? And we're most motivated and productive at getting our shit done when we're actually already getting our shit done. As the saying goes, the best time to make a sale is right after you already make a sale, because you're already balling at that time, right? I don't know if balling is the right word, but you're motivated, you're in the zone, you're feeling it, and you want to kill it even more, right? You're getting that feedback, right? So having that said, let's go and take a look at my goals for 2018. Now, they're broken down a little bit differently in my journal compared to on my board, right? So let's go through it. So let's go through the board first, because these are the main ones, right? Number one priority that I put here is meditate twice a day, right? So this is one of the things that I have been contemplating on for some time, and that was if I could push meditation to an hour, right? Now, I can't. I'm not ready for that, right? I'm very comfortable doing it 15 minutes every morning. I have done that almost flawlessly this year, right? Even when I went to vacation in Thailand, like, I don't know, out of 365 days, it's over 300 for sure, right? The number of times I meditated this year, right? So now I want to bring a second session, which is at the end of the day for the second time, another 50 minutes. But I also put in yoga so I can have a total of around an hour of mindfulness, if that makes sense, right? Because I'm not ready for an hour of meditation a day, but if I had to put something a little bit more that involves a little bit more body movement, it'll be a little easier, right? So you see, yoga is right here, but meditating is at the top, right? That's first priority. Not gonna get into too much about priorities, but yeah, so that's how I'm just putting it. Exercise every day, I talked about that briefly. It's very important for me to put that as every day, because having that it's winter, it's very easy for me to go one day and then 3-4 days not go, right? If I put it every day, I know I'm gonna have to hit it right after lunch sometime. So right after I eat lunch, I start setting in and getting ready that after like an hour or two, I have to get down to it, right? Client a month. Now you can see that this is the other type of goal, right? The one that I wouldn't recommend, for a beginner especially, meaning that I'm supposed to put the actions, right? The actions that's gonna allow me to get a client a month, not the goal itself. But for this one, there's just so many moving parts, and since my world revolves so heavily around this goal, right? Client a month, it's like most of what my time and energy is gonna be put towards, and should be for any of you who's trying to grow an agency for that matter. There's so many moving parts, I can't put down the actions just pin dropped yet, because I actually don't even know what exactly I want to do, right? If you guys been following me, you know that so far I have about 4 clients. Only 2 of them are over $1,000 who are paying properly in my book, right? In that average, I get a client every 2.5 to 3 months, right? My goal is to bring that average down to a month, right? Cut it by cut it by half, or by, you know, bring it down to one. I don't know what that is. Cut it by like 70%. But like, so for that one, there's just so much shit moving around it. I can't put like, okay, do this many video audits a day, do this many calls a day, because my techniques might be changing. Like for example, this month, before it starts getting February, one of my biggest things that I'm just getting into is actively trying to reach out to other friends and other people who are in the States that I know are, you know, entrepreneurs or friends of friends who are entrepreneurs, and try to get them good deals, right? 20% recurring, 30% recurring. If you know somebody who knows a business owner, and if you just get me in front of them with an audit, I can help them. And if they become a close, that's gonna be 30% from you, right? My average is $1,200 to $1,500 per client. It could easily be for you another $200 to $400 per month at ease, right? So that's something very enticing, and that's what I'm trying to do. The other thing that I'm planning to do this month is actually, for the first time, reach out to other agencies. So nearby me, I would actually want to set some appointment and go there and talk to them, like, and show them exactly what I was able to do, give them a really good price that, hey, I'm white labeling my services. I specialize in Google Maps and all that stuff and whatever. And, you know, hopefully if that works, that would be something very amazing, because, you know, I heard it a lot of times, people talk about it. You know, if you partner up with agencies and you are white labeling your services, it's one of the most powerful things, because agencies have a ton of clients, and if it makes sense for them and you are good at what you do, it can be a very win-win situation. Again, it's very powerful. Obviously, a lot of people want this, but I'm pretty sure it's not easy, because if you can see how hard it is to get a client, I can only imagine how much harder it could be to get an agency to trust you with all their SEO, right? So again, that's another thing. The point is, for this, I'm not gonna put down actions, because it's gonna be changing as the time progresses, but yeah, so that's that. The other thing is agency inbound marketing, right? Again, another broad thing. Before this year ended, I mean, I think like 10 videos ago, I said that I wanted to grow or you know, start marketing myself, right? So far, all I've done is outbound marketing, cold calling, right? Emailing, reaching out to people. That's outbound, no inbound, nothing branding myself. There's nothing that I'm building which propels an energy of itself, right? That is basically things like, I don't know, maybe speaking events, right? Getting your name across something. Doing SEO for your own website, right? Getting yourself ranked for search engine optimization for the city you're in, or the city that you want to be in that has search traffic, and then having leads coming in, right? All these things are inbound marketing, right? Things that you kind of do once, and you set that authority that propels itself forward. Maybe a second YouTube channel showing roofers basics on SEO, and, you know, what we're able to achieve, and, you know, things that, you know, a lot of times there's contractors that are into you know, the techie side of it. They're trying to figure it out, but if you were to show them a simple approach of how to do it and stuff like that, then you're likely, they will trust you, and then like just get it to be implemented by you. Once you can show them basics, and then you can show them like, okay, if you want to get advanced, this is how hard it is, or, you know, not how hard it is, this is exactly what you have to do, you know. And once they understand the complexities, a lot of times they will just let you do it. People fear this technique a lot of times, you know. I did for a long time. I feared that if I was to give off, you know, let's say a good amount of knowledge of how to actually rank their website, then why would they need me? But the truth of the matter is that the people who are going to, there's people out there who actually want search engine optimization, but the fact is 99% that their chance of landing with a company that can actually do what they say is so low that they don't want to risk that anymore, right? A lot of times now it's almost common to meet contractors that got burned at least once, right? So they're trying to do it themselves. So that's one of the ways I feel that especially if you're niche down, this is something that I would highly recommend people to do, is to start creating some kind of content for your target market, right? Whether that be through YouTube, I think that's one of the easiest. It could be through blog posts, but whatever it is, do something, right? Obviously, one of the biggest ones that's, again, talked about Cotton Grammar from a long time ago, which stuck with me, is doing speaking events, right? So given the little bit of experience I have talking on camera, talking video audits and stuff like that, I feel like one step further, right, from this would be to actually go locally and doing some kind of workshop, right? Every Wednesday, every second Wednesday of the month, I do how to grow your social media presence, how to rank your website by only spending 20 minutes a day, okay? Or how roofers can grow, whatever, something very basic that I can sit in front of people, maybe just take my video audits and elaborate it until it reaches an hour and make a presentation out of it, and then do that for them to, sooner or later, if I was to market that through meetup.com and stuff like that, maybe 1 or 2 people show up, and who knows, after a while maybe certain roofers could show up from around the area, and I could possibly even record what I'm doing live in YouTube and then upload it to a channel. So at the same time I'm doing that speaking event, I'm also creating content which can be transcribed and put in the you get the point, right? Inbound marketing. So grow the authority. And anyway, so that's that. And the last thing there is yoga. Again, daily. These things that I know I can achieve very comfortably is going to be daily for sure, because that will become totally, completely a part of me, right? It's almost like eating, how I eat food, then I meditate, right? And that way I do some exercise, and that way I do some yoga before I sleep, right? That's what I want to get to. It happened with meditation once a day. I want it to happen for yoga every day, right? So that's that. The other stuff, as I just explained, that's how that's going to go. Now, in terms of what I want to get, right? So this is on the journal, like streamline client fulfillment. One of the goals I have is to completely streamline the fulfillment, right? And that is, if you guys look at Ryan Stewart, this guy, when I looked at his YouTube channel, I really got enticed. I never seen anything like this. Like literally what he does is that he has his agency streamlined for a year in advance. So he says, as soon as a client is onboarded, all the work that the client has to be done, that the client needs, is done within the first week for the entire year. Then it's scheduled to be posted, right? So for example, how we do, like, let's say we do blog posts for our clients, right? Every month they're gonna get a blog post on their website, right? Now, in WordPress, you can schedule it, obviously, right? You don't have to post it right when you write it. He has this shit scheduled in the first week for the entire year. So he basically says that as soon as he gets a client, he knows that all the work that guy needs to be done to get the results he has to get is done. It's almost as if you get the client and within a week, all the fulfillment is done for the year. It is done. It's not as if that's what he does. So that got me thinking, like, holy shit, this is like Streamline 2.0. This is not just, you get the client and you don't have to touch much of it and you have a team that takes care of it. This is like, it's done. It's already completed. It means that your team already taken care of it. You don't even have to think anymore too much, right? Obviously there's some stuff that might come up for, give them extra push here and there. I'm sure he does that, but it's very enticing to me. So that's one of the things I want to achieve. Not to be done for the entire year, because that's not what my goal is. Obviously, if I can reach that would be fucking fantastic. But my thing is to get it to a point where client is onboarded, and from the moment like he's onboarded, website creation, content, and everything, and from website creation, brand new domain, to he reached phone calls. If that is streamlined, that is my goal. One of my biggest goals for 2018, because if I can reach that, that means holy shit. That means that all I would have to really focus on truly is just sales, and then my team would take care of the rest, actually the rest, right? Because right now, even though a lot of the work is handed off, my assistant takes care of a lot of stuff, I still have to do the strategy and all that stuff. And actually, to be honest, I'm not even comfortable handing that off just yet, because I feel like I always have to at least do the strategy to make sure that I feel confident that, yes, if this is executed, they are going to fuck shit up. They're going to get calls. They're going to dominate in their market. And I wouldn't feel like that if somebody else was to do it now, right? So that's the challenge, right? How do I get to a place where I feel like my team can actually do that? So anyways, that's that. Authority, and then inbound marketing. I told you guys, okay, bring family to USA, right? So this is a personal goal, and this is something that is the stretch, right? So I've done the pricing. So if you guys don't know, I have 4 brothers, right? We are 4 brothers. I have 3 more brothers who are like ages 18, 17, and 12, right? So the oldest one this year is gonna be going off to college, right? So they're finally big boys, and they're gonna be leaving to college. And in my understanding, this is about that time. They are headed towards different countries, right, for college and stuff. The next one, next year, he's gonna be a different place compared to this one. So I feel like a trip from the older brother to America, where I can possibly maybe rent out a house and just take them around, whatever, what do they want to fucking do? You know, maybe go like some water sports, you know, Six Flags and all that shit. That would be something. If I can reach that, it'll be the ultimate cherry on top that this year can achieve. I've done a rough estimate. It'll cost me about $20,000 to fly them here and then do like about, you know, a couple of weeks of what do we want to do. It's not fucking cheap around here, obviously, and you know, that's a lot of money. If he's going to college in around July, and you know, that's approximately saving over $3,000 per month after everything, and I actually do not have any idea how that's gonna happen. That's the part of the goal where it's just, you know, you're doing everything you do, and you have faith that things are gonna work out in certain ways that you know, you're you know, it allows you to, I don't know, provide these kind of shit, right? So that's that, but just wanted to share that anyways. And yeah, that's about that, guys. I'll leave it at that. For this video, I would really like it if some of you went down and actually left your goals for 2018, because I actually want to see some of you guys. Can just put your main ones so that in the end of the year, I can come back to this video and you know, maybe reach out to you guys like, hey, did you reach that? Anyways, guys, so thanks for watching. Peace.